It is a dual flex. It's able to go mid, able to go top, depending on what the opponent wants to pick.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a bit of a focus on that one, as Aatrox will be picked here for Dudu, you would imagine.
Well, he's locked in there now. It's going to be a blind mid here for Lava, with having to respect the fact that Ornn can also go into mid. So, looking at like Orianna would be a pretty... Not a... I mean, it is Rumble Jarvan.
Yeah.
And with Yuumi, I do suppose that you can create quite a big sandwich, but the opponents are coming into you. There's nothing else really too surprising there, as Ahri and then LeBlanc getting hovered, but I can't really imagine that either one of these are genuinely being considered. As it's going to go to Azir. Very weird sequence of events ends up happening.
Yeah, the Azir comes in here. At least it's not LeBlanc or Ahri, I suppose. The two that you were saying definitely wouldn't be picked. And obviously, Azir Aphelios can do some pretty insane damage in the late game. They have Lulu to support alongside of Ornn, which will help with the scaling in their comp. And yeah, definitely a little bit less of that on the side of Hanwha Life. We're going to be looking to get in their faces a bit earlier on.
And we can hear them screaming like they're in a
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, I don't know if the viewers can hear that, but they are...
You definitely saw hybrid.
Absolutely are about to engage in Mortal Kombat. That was... those were feral screams. Those were not normal by any means.
No, clearly not.
Yuumi, Ezreal, Rumble, Jarvan the fourth, and Aatrox up there in the top lane. A very wonky type of team composition that pairs Ezreal Yuumi as a standalone with their wombo combo backline engage. And as a response to that, AP actually managed to draft the Azir and the Ornn as countermeasures to the Aatrox and the Ezreal Yuumi.
Yeah.
So Aphelios and Lulu, they have some friends helping them out. The Rek'Sai, though, we're just going to ignore that.
Yeah, she's kind of doing her own thing in the jungle, probably. And so we'll have to see if Flawless can make his Rek'Sai, which he does like to play. We'll see if he can actually make it work in this game. Hopefully, as long as it's a little bit better than Bonos, that might work out. As we're going for this play again down in the bottom side. And, you know, you mentioned how this might be a response to the meta of scrims and stuff like this. You even notice a ward that's very nicely placed. It's going to spot them coming in.
And I'm curious if they're going to end up actually trying to go for a response to this. Doesn't seem so. Seems like they're content with just knowing that the opponents have planted down a lot of vision on the right-hand side.
That was interesting. I thought that scanner actually caught the ward. Not quite the case. And it looks like Haru actually, he's not going to go red or anything like that. He's going to start up here at the blue, knowing that Rek'Sai is starting on his red. He's just going to look to mirror his pathing, essentially, by starting on same sides of the, well, I suppose you could say the vertical side of the map.
The thing that we're going to pay attention to here is what is Rek'Sai's opening path going to be? I always find it so peculiar when this ends up happening. They do red to blue. They do this in every single region, and I've actually asked pro players why they do it, and the reasons just, I mean, the answers vary from I don't want to get invaded to something like, oh, cooldown reduction. And it's like, no, it's not, you know, Because most people, they don't even kite the camps as efficiently as they could. So if the argument is really about cooldown reduction, you'd think that they would be more precise on doing stuff like that to shave down timings, right? So,
like, it can be scientifically proven to you. All you have to do is test it.
Right,
that doing, you know.
And interestingly, there's a new I don't know if you'd call him a YouTuber. There's a guy that actually goes and shows videos on the fastest possible clears that every champion can do, and then he recreates it over and over to show that it is like possible. Yeah. Very interesting. Very, very good content. I don't know his name off the top of my head. I've seen the videos in threads occasionally. So, anyways, here in this game, Rek'Sai gonna do the red into blue, into wrapping around, back into the red-hand side jungle. Haru looking to sin right away.
Skipped a couple of camps. He's waiting for his scuttle crab here instead. So he's gonna go over to that.
I mean, this is another cheater spot, right? You're not gonna achieve anything as Ezreal Yuumi. So let's see if what they can exert here for the next 20 seconds is more worth than recalling into a call. And the answer is gonna be no 9 out of 10 times. So, a lot of lost opportunity. You see Jarvan was pathing down to bottom, so if you go for the cheater recall and you let Jarvan do the golem camp, well, now the opponents are overextended on your lane. It's frozen in front of your turret. Jarvan ganks. They don't have TP. If they're forced to back off, you maintain a freeze. You zone them out of 12, 18 CS over the course of a couple of minutes. That's a kill itself with the EXP. But instead, we value 200 chip damage onto the turret. So it's a nice thing to see insanity repeated over and over.
Yeah. You know that, I forget the movie it was, but...
Groundhog Day?
No, but another good example. What?
What? No.
Always be closing. I don't know if you've ever heard this.
No.
In Always Be Closing. It's from, like, I forget the name of the movie.
Oh!
Gonna have to hold that thought as the Flash is forced here by Haru. This time he's getting those efficient ganks down. But instead of always be closing, here in the LCK we do always be pushing. Yeah. That's our thing here. And I'm not sure exactly why, but apparently that's just the name of the game. That's the way everybody's been doing it. So that's the way it goes. And we haven't seen a change on that for a long time, LS. Hopefully you can be the driving force to bring the freeze into effect.
Stop the warming.
Yeah. Gotta cool us down a little bit.
Well, I mean, we've just played ping pong this entire time, right? And what ultimately has really been achieved?
I mean, if they were trying to force a push into a dive, and they were being proactive, like LPL style, then I'd say, okay, maybe. You know, I can see why it matters for you to get that push down. But generally, there doesn't seem to be too much of a rhyme or reason to it, which is the biggest gripe we have.
Well, right now, looks like Viper is just still content with farming up. Haru!
Oh, spotted.
Thought he was me for a second, you know? One eye and all.
Yeah. Like the pirate. Where's your eye patch, LS?
You know, actually, I have my eye patches in my backpack here.
Really?
Yeah, for sleeping.
Oh, okay. That's like an eye cover, though. That's not like a... Oh, they get the root onto Yuumi. And they know the cooldown on this one. Lehends just trying to survive, but he is so dead. Good luck, have fun in the death realm is what they say. As, okay, nice splash to get out of that one. Dudu is trying to lock him down here, and one more auto should do it as the solo kill comes in from the rookie in the top lane from Hanwha Life.
And the really impressive thing is that Ikssu, not only did he have a Balmy Cinder, he also had the Doron shield. I believe he had the cloth armor, right? Or did he buy that when he was dead?
Maybe he had the gem.
This is the type of thing that in spring, and even last year I would talk about a lot on Ornn, is that you invest 900 gold into Balmy Cinder, you get 50 extra HP, and you get a little bit of burn. Very, very little bit. That really isn't that applicable.
Yeah.
And so, for 800 gold, you can just get another root. You can get 2 ruby crystals, right? And it still allows you to retain lane control over the minions because the burn pushes minions away. So you can't lane manipulate as much as you would like
Oh boy.
And now it also looks like ikssu, I don't know if he's going to build a Glacial Shroud and go Iceborne Gauntlet. That would be a shame.
That's what the items say. But we're going to take a look here at display. The flash in, and you can see that he also gets polymorphed. And the cooldown was just up, so it was just good presence of mind to just say, hey, he's got that on cooldown. We can actually root him down
Rek'Sai
here.
BTG.
Rek'Sai is bottom side, right?
Yeah.
He asked that first before he goes in.
Ends up flashing out of the way there.
잡았어.
Oh, he was about to swear.
It's like, I got him! And nearly cursed, and then he's yeah, I killed him. Very excited.
Yeah.
And he should be. I mean, he's like a rookie player coming in here and just dunking on ikssu.
Other interesting thing is it sounds like there was no other comms going on there. Like, everyone's just dead silent.
Nobody said anything.
Oh,
It's
man.
kind of awkward. Icy cold, just the way LS likes it. You'd fit well on this team.
Yeah, perfect.
This is
Ooh,
just-
ikssu is getting bounced down.
It's getting bodied, man.
Now, okay, the wave was actually going away from ikssu. It was going to Dudu. He could have just froze.
Why push? Well, TP's down. Oh, he's not even going to stay to get
Which
the
is
turret plate.
the point, is that the TP's down.
Yeah.
So you pull it on your side of the lane. You know that Ornn's recalling anyway. Your teammates get the Rift Herald. And then Jarvan goes and does his Gromp. Jarvan comes top because the lane's frozen. Ornn's dead.
Yeah.
And if Ornn doesn't walk up, well, he's zoned out of multiple waves of CS. You killed him anyway.
Which is worth more than just one plate. Had he stayed for the plate in that case. So it's granted. He pushed, I suppose, to help out with a Rift Herald, but I don't think that the jungler needs help with the Rift Herald, especially Jarvan, who's really fast at doing it with his flag and the ability to reposition himself quite easily. So definitely a blunder, we'll call it.
And, got the Conqueror fully stacked. Does take a turret shot. He's got to be careful.
He's
getting
in there. Yeah, what's up?
He's in lethal as soon as Pillar would come back up. I don't know if either of them know it, which is surprising. So if ikssu knows the Ornn combo, Aatrox can't respond. So his HP threshold is really important against the combo. And he was definitely inside of it, but it didn't seem like ikssu was trying to posture for it.
Yeah, it didn't really seem like he was. It was mostly just backing away from the play, so you'd imagine that he did not know. And now Dudu is way outside of that possible range. No more Umbral dash there, and so Dudu had to wait, couldn't go for it even after the Bell's Breath was used. And we're taking a much longer look at the top lane now because of the solo kill that happened before, and we know that the junglers are going to look to interact with this lane while summoners are down. There's like 5 seconds left on Flash for Dudu. He may have stayed just too long, but he's dunking down onto ikssu, nearly picks up the kill, but Flawless is going to eventually take him down as Haru says, okay, I'm going to flash in. Now, he does get the flash and the TP away, so it's not the end of the world, even though it looked a little bit silly. Had to use his own flash to make that play happen. Like the proactivity of that one and the decision not to go in for the kill after the TP is shown.
And at this point in the game, Infernal's coming up at 20 seconds. And you have to think that both of these teams certainly want to get it. Now, neither top laner has teleport available, and it's also a point where, because bottom is on its last leg anyway in terms of turret plates, having Aatrox just run down to ensure that you end up getting it would probably be very ideal. Lava is gonna heal. Oh, he's self-silenced. Can't equalizer.
Gets out of there at least. With the Infernal Drake still alive. Yeah, let's watch the top lane again.
Yeah.
I like just trading.
Yeah.
Oh, no root there. Onto Hybrid. Knew that, okay, the equalizer's going to come down anyway. And no, I think after he flashes, I mean, he's still at barrier, by the way.
It was never going to be a kill. Oh, man.
Oh,
that's
yeah. Man, the Jarvans today really not cutting it for me, LS.
I don't blame you, Valdez. I don't blame you for not.
Okay, we're going for it.
Flash.
These players have thrown caution to the wind.
The thing about this though is that Lava's level 9 and Mickey is into level 10.
Oh.
Oh man.
That's the Moon Knight Vigil. I think they should just go for Lava here. They're going in though, and they get the double Emperor's Divide. As Haru is also going to go down here, ends up making it worth it. At the end of the day, great play by Mickey to get on in there, and now here comes Dudu. As he's going to flash in and immediately gets denied. Yes, he gets the kill, but that is going to be an ace for the side of SeolHaeOne Prince.
Yeah, and you see all the GLHFs going up on the emotes, although Mickey with the Afrika Freaks icon ends up being flashed. And honestly, that Infernal Dragon swing is really big. And as Azir barely able to survive there.
Turret should die.
Yep.
Down it goes.
And so Azir benefiting a lot from I like how they kept the suspense.
She was gone.
Yeah.
Great job, Jonah Strong.
And that might be all that she wrote inside of this game. And the reason that I say that is the gold lead is so oppressive, and remember the ornaments are going to eventually come in as well, and Ezreal and Yuumi are not feeling like they're in a very good spot. This is identical to game number 1.
Oh, that flash for Viper.
Haru is getting dead there, and then take a look at this. Dudu and Lava and friends, they try to go back in, and I can't imagine what they're thinking. Even with one reset there, nothing is going to change.
No.
So,
I don't think we really need to translate that one for you guys.
well,
basically just kill them all and
so,
rabid screaming.
It's a oh no, dude.
What is? Okay, I mean they're gonna give Viper the kill.
No,
right? Or
no, no, he's dead.
You
no, he's dead.
Yeah. Oh, and Lava died too. Okay. Alrighty then. Didn't know we were watching the LPL here, but I guess we are.
The strangest thing is that Hanwha Life, I mean, their coordination all around, it really looks as if they're playing solo queue with mics off. And Lehends and Viper are really just back to being their duo. I mean, it was even like this in the previous game, the Twitch and the Yuumi.
Yeah.
Really doing their own thing and dying on their own too. Almost as if there's no team talk happening whatsoever. I don't really know what to say about it. It's very strange, and even when we had the Dudu listen in, nothing was going on there, so they're floundering about right now. They're down 4,000 gold and an Infernal Drake, so you have to add that in as well. Ornaments are going to come online soon. Yes, there's Ezreal Yuumi, but things are certainly not super ideal. And you take a look at this. Take a look at this, and Mickey, I mean, he whips on the Shurima Shuffle, and then how does Lava die from this point? This is like a Fnatic guess my elo kind of a thing.
Oh my god.
I don't...
He gets poked, and Mickey's like, hey, you're gonna back here.
Well,
down he goes. That's all it took. By the way, he's up here in the top lane at the same time, trying to do the damage to Flawless. Doesn't quite make it happen. So Lava, a bit frustrated right now. He's getting caught out left and right. He will pay the iron price. As, okay, they're just going to throw this one down up in the top side.
everything's just falling apart.
This game is in shambles.
Yeah. It is absolutely in shambles. Every time the camera pans somewhere, it looks like the Hanwha Life members are just playing individually at this point. And if you're one of those guys in chat that are like, well, there has to be something Hanwha Life can do to come back, the answer is that realistically, Ezreal and Yuumi need to get to 3+ items and then 2v8 the team fight.
Okay.
Because Rumble, when he's behind, yes, Equalizer deals a lot of damage. The Jarvan's not really that tanky, and Aatrox isn't going to be getting any resets. So all of the pressure is about waiting for Ezreal and Yuumi to try to come online. And it's not as scary as Twitch and Yuumi.
Yeah, it's absolutely not. We've seen Ezreal's take over mid-games. That's when they have better laning phases. They get a couple kills. They go Trinity Force, and they can build it on time. You can see that he's struggling to make it, so we'll be looking to carry, but I'm not sure if they have the time, which is something we always mention, the timings of these item spikes. So now just waiting for the first Ocean Drake to spawn here. Looks like, as has been the theme of the game, both teams are willing and ready to fight over it. See Dudu waiting in base, but is going to move out now.
And you can see both teams are really posturing. Viper sends out True Shot Barrage, doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I'm not sure, is there a Honeyfruit north of Azir right now? I'm not. Usually there is one that spawns there. I'm just not sure if the Fog of War is blocking it or... Well, here comes Dudu on the right-hand side, and Flawless will he win the smite fight? He will.
Yeah, he will. That's a pretty good equalizer. Good knockup from the Ornn, though, will disengage as SP say...
Oh, man.
No
feel
thanks.
it.
Oh, here we go again. The knockup is going to go down onto Dudu, but he will get away this time, as ikssu also rooted up there, and nobody dies, except the Ocean Drake. Let's not forget him. And that's going to be now just the Ocean Soul on time for SP, and this is totally fine for them. They sit back, they scale up more. Their Azir is 4-0-3.
Yeah.
And they're on Ocean Soul.
It's very, very, very scary right now for Hanwha Life. Ezreal does not have time, and he's trying to go Trinity Force as well to try to deal some physical damage. There's an enormous amount of magic damage on Hanwha Life's team composition. I mean, Cinderhulk is dealing magic, Rumble, Ezreal, and Yuumi, they're all magic damage dealers, so very unfortunate.
Oh, here we go
much
again.
like Lava's decision-making this game.
Yeah. He's not respecting vision.
He's really living up to his name, though. He's getting burned everywhere.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, there's no vision in the blue side jungle at all. Like, you cannot step up that far. It just means now that they take a free Baron. And so you can't be doing stuff like that. The Baron is going to go down. Haru desperate to get in.
Oh!
And there is the double man knockup, including Yuumi on top of one of those guys. They're even going to get Lehends. What a disaster for Hanwha Life. SeolHaeOne Prince is just running with it and screaming their heads off with joy as they might just push and take an inhibitor here.
Well, they could potentially even push and take the game, depending on what Hanwha Life does when they come up. I don't know what Lava's doing. He's sort of running around. Not really doing a whole bunch. Okay, he's going to cast Equalizer on the wave.
Okay. And
clear it out, so he will get himself quite a bit of gold right there. Also has a stopwatch and another ruby crystal.
Maybe he'll grab another Lehends.
Hey. Stop flaming Impact, all right?
That was a great build. When I saw that, I was very, very pleased.
Yeah, it was too. It was a top buy, not a top die. You know what I mean?
For sure. And that was just, I mean, you have no vision, buddy. You can't do that.
야, 박치기! 야, 내가 이즈큐 막아줄게, 이즈큐 막아줄게, 이즈큐 막아줄게.
Say, I'm gonna block the Ezreal Q.
야, 빠스 좋다. 빠스 좋다.
Yeah. Iksu's feeling it. He's definitely having a fun time. He's getting the revenge after getting after getting solo killed up in the top lane, that's for sure. He's being the real tank in the front line for the rest of his team.
And
oh, Dudu over the wall. He's going to get that second knock up, but Emperor's Divide, pretty good ability.
And this is going to be potentially just the final push. If they want to be really Captain Careful, they could wait a minute and a half for the Ocean Soul and just secure that for themselves. I would wager that there is less than 1% chance in this game for Hanwha Life.
Is that before Ocean Soul or after? Before, okay. I don't even want to see the numbers of after. And you can see that SeolHaeOne Prince know it too. They're just going to push in. They still have Baron. 15 seconds left. It's enough time to take an inhibitor if they'd like it. As the engage is going to come in. There's finally that combo. They get the Aphelios as they find him in the front line. And there goes the Ornn as well. So they did not play Captain Careful this time, and they might get burned. As finally the combo is used here by the side of Hanwha Life. As down will go Flawless too.
Jim Carrey. So there's a chance.
Oh,
man. My apologies for not being psychic enough to foresee, SP doing this. As, well, that's going to be 10 seconds until the Ocean Dragon comes up. And that means that this game will go on at least another 10 more minutes, I would assume.
Oh, that was interesting. I think he's going to get hit by that as well. And yeah, you are right. The Ocean Drake will go the way of Hanwha Life. There we go. So that was given essentially for free because of the play that they made. You can push, you can pressure without hard committing like this.
So the thing is that this push doesn't need to go as hard as it did, or at least not as quickly, right? And they ended up really dumping it away the same exact way they did in game number 2 Zen. It is almost nearly identical. And you had the Ocean Soul coming up, so you could have just gone over and gotten it. And ultimately what this ends up doing is it buys about 6 minutes of time for Ezreal and Yuumi to try to get more and more items. And really at this point, I mean, Lava should take on the support role and give all the CS and gold over to Yuumi, because he has the Liandry's Torment, he has the Oblivion Orb. Just be done with it at that point. Yuumi is going to be infinitely more valuable with gold than you at this stage. And so the wave that's coming in top lane, he shouldn't even go up and eat it. He should wait for it and give it to Ezreal, funnel everything into him. And everything is just about playing Nexus defense right now. Ikssu going to build an item for one of his teammates. That's probably going to be the Molten Edge there onto the Aphelios. The real test here is what item will Ikssu end up building next. I think Locket of the Iron Solari is fantastic, because then it'll invalidate Rumble's ultimate, pretty much, as well as Jarvan and Aatrox's attempt to engage. Just stand with all your teammates next, you know, shoulder to shoulder with Azir, Aphelios, Lulu. They try to engage, lock it active, and you give all of your teammates so much more EHP than you could ever hope to provide in a team fight with a Stoneplate active. We've seen Europe was the first region to start doing this on Ornn.
Yeah, the innovative region.
True.
True, actually.
True.
Yeah, and LCK is famous. Okay, we're throwing up the white flag again here by Ikssu. Oh, there it is again. He is definitely one that's not scared of trash talking or being very boisterous, let's say. As we're going to be bursting down this Baron, I think the Ornn should go out here, but okay, there it is. They're going to get it now and lock up Haru, but the rest of the team isn't really following until just now as, okay, double stopwatch, but they're both going to go down immediately anyway. Viper desperately trying to push back. He's got the Yuumi on top of him. but the rest of his team not really there. Over the wall, though, Azir is going to go down. Flawless. I don't know about this. He's all alone. Giving another kill over to the Ezreal as the rest of SP was, you know, following up on the top side. Yeah, I'd say don't run directly into the Ezreal Yuumi. Probably a good idea.
Rek'Sai literally has a warrior enchantment, a chain vest, Merc Treads, and Sterix. And he's going over the wall as if he can nuke an Ezreal through Yuumi healing too.
Yeah.
No sense.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh no, not again.
He's going in. He's moving forward, not backwards. Hybrid does have a very forward-thinking mindset on this Aphelios.
Oh.
We've seen this before. Gravita just needs to be there. Ikssu throws up the white flag. Dudu says, okay, yes. We accept your surrender.
All right, well, Yuumi still ways away, it seems, from getting the next core item. 1 minute until the soul comes up, and that should be a pretty quick pickup. Honestly, super perplexed as to why Rek'Sai not going in Ornament. Neither is Secret, although that might be Salvation that is going to get picked up. But the Rabadon's Death Crown needs to be built. It's 93 ability power waiting. Take a look at the Ornn. So it lands perfectly there onto Haru and Lava, and okay, game's over. Just game's over. Mickey, do not try to move into Ezreal Yuumi, and just move up, and inside the Cataclysm, all 5 members will live.
Yeah. Just like standing there waiting to get over the wall and just dies immediately. Not the best look. We do have Ocean Soul Point coming in here. We got 10 seconds. You can see that SP are thinking about a pick before they do go into this one. But because of a couple of kills that are given over, Viper is immediately given a little bit more power, a little bit more of a chance to come back. And you can see that the Yuumi now, 888 damage already. She's not done yet. Boom.
Well,
that is going to be Ocean Soul, though, immediately, as another really nice knock-up from the Ornn. Ikssu gonna bang his head into the pillar in celebration, as the rest of the team is just backing away. Over the wall goes Flawless.
What is he doing?
Okay, he's gonna bait a bunch of abilities and die as he will go down. Look at Yuumi's damage, man. So much damage coming out of the cat. As finally Ezreal's gonna take over, and we found Dudu. This is a little bit of an awkward chase, but I think they should be able to eventually get him.
oh.
LS not enjoying the action here, but Dudu will eventually go down. And with Ocean Soul, I think they can just go in and at least push this inhibitor.
Well, the inhibitor is going to get pushed and be raised, but with an Ocean Soul, I mean, the game shouldn't be this difficult. With the level of advantages that SP have, their threading the needle of the end stage is really, really, really lacking. And I mean, even in Flawless's cam, he actually looks very agitated, perhaps with himself, because this is twice now he's done that in this game. And we just take a look. Ornn ultimate comes out, lands immediately onto Jarvan, and that's why there's no Jarvan the 5th. Lava up on the top side. Dudu, he's running for the hills, and then I have no words for that. I mean,
that ain't it.
Because Ezreal has flash, so even if Ornn, Azir, Aphelios, if everyone flashes forward with the Rek'Sai, Ezreal flashes too, and they're still at the same separated distance. So, in a world where Ezreal maybe doesn't have flash, everyone flashes forward, Ikssu tags him with the exhaust, yeah, they would get him. But that's not what was going on there, so that's very, very surprising.
It's maybe it's a little bit of Rek'Sai desperation if you will. This is what Rek'Sai feels in the late game up against a fed mobile AD carry. It's like, I have no... I have no other real use in this one. Let me just try and bait some stuff out. But it hasn't been super effective so far as Viper, once again, just getting to work onto ikssu. And okay, he's gonna get baited actually, but where's the follow-up damage? Viper's still alive and the Rek'Sai still not able to get in there as Viper is now full health. And he might be able to carry this one as Mickey's getting in there, trying to get onto lava, but that's a lot used just to get that one guy. Nice block there actually by Lehends to stop the hybrid damage from going out there. Flawless gonna delay it back. He's on a ward, and that might just be it if he can delay the Ezreal back.
Oh, he has one job, and he did it.
Smited it. Nice.
Yeah,
Gets in there. Finally, the Rek'Sai matters here at the end of the game. Does a good job of delaying, and that should be it. Nice stopwatch, but that is going to be the end of that. As